From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 17-yard line. 180. Let's go, let's go.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, orbit.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run. It's Mark Ingram.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Here's Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A first carry now from Marshawn Lynch. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Third and short yardage. Bridgewater escaping the pressure right. And he's got Fitzgerald. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ingram. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Bridgewater eluding the pressure right. Airing it out for Olsen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Then he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he's got this down to the 35. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Cut. 180. 56. Wild Bill. Wild Bill. Cut.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
Brings up 3rd down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Goff. And the catch made by Johnson. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And his kick here is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, and what inning are we in? It's not the most common of score lines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact that we're in for a tight one.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, who picked it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Back to it after the pick six. Bridgewater. They set up the screen to Lynch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the pistol, they run with Lynch. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play. There, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down. Check. Watch 54. Come on.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 10. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
51. 80.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop. On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down and 4, Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
This is fielded inside the 5. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Johnson. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. That's taken on the 25. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. On 3rd down, Bridgewater escaping the pressure right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. This one complete to Ingram. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater eluding the pressure. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him. Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open. Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go to Johnson again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. On third down, Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Again with Lynch, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Now Johnson. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. On third down, this is Howard. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. From the 27, Bridgewater being chased out left. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first. You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. To throw is Bridgewater. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. To throw, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. Johnson, the intended target. On first down, it's Johnson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner, coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. There's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And this one is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. First down, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 19. Bridgewater to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The Bengals drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 at a Cincinnati first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
So Mitch. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On third down, it's Howard. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout call here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, Charlie. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hardball, hardball. Tiger, tiger. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Now it's gone. Lets it fly for Thielen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot, Devin McCourty. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Cincinnati, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles